Ladies and gentlemen, hello. Welcome to another AngloZulu mod event, courtesy of the 24th. And this is their anniversary event, celebrating 4 years as a regiment, which is, oh crikey, which is obviously a great thing. Now, when you think about it, I mean, it's kind of cool that they've all come together. Well, just anybody gets together as a result of a love of a single game, and they go on and play multiple games as part of that regiment as well, you know? Just a great thing, you know, full. I mean, just look at all the different games, like the 77Y and the 17E and all the rest of it. All these guys play different games, but they're still part of the same community, and that's what Mountain Blade has given us. So, here we are at the English camp, and here we are with the lobster backs and their fine pith helmets. There's KGM Dark with a serious amount of face right there. There's Captain Shadow. Oh heavens. A little bit of disciplining the men going on here. Marksman Brick. Bit of trouble in the ranks there. There's Lord Tim 15. And he's also from the 24th. Now if we look over here, you can see there's Virgil and privates and so on and so forth. Ah, cannons. Ancestral gunner from the 33rd, a senior gunner no less. So you know it means business. You clearly mean business with that ponytail. Goes without saying. So you can see all the teams and people breaking up into their various regiments. Oh, look at that. There's a name we haven't seen for a while. Uganda 888. Always lovely to see. There's Mark as well. Sarge from the 4th. And it looks like the troops are now with Pasta Krispy Kreme, recipient of the Victoria Cross. Yeah, look at that face. You can see he's seen some action. That's a face that's had a lot of attention. Probably from bullets and other things. So, they're getting set up. You've got these boys over here. Looks like HLI. Rani Gabi in there as well, facing it. And the pastor is making his way out, along with Tim, who looks to have possibly rocket troop there. And Lord 3 making their way out. Marksman Brick. So, Maximo in 50k. The Battle of Nizan begins, or Nizane. Lovely stuff. Sobel. And there. Oh goodness, it started. Here they are. The proud Zulu warriors. Making their charge. And oh my goodness, rockets coming out. Look at that, they've already made it into the defenders. Holy crap, that's really impressive. That's why you don't mess with the Zulus, boys. Yeah, do not mess with the Zulus. And you can see them trying to lay down some fire as these massive fine Zulu gentlemen, obviously minus him, make their way towards the line of encountering, I suppose you could call it. And some of them even came armed with rifles that they clearly have got off other, what's the word? I suppose we call British forces. And out go the rockets. The world's most inaccurate artillery. And over here on the right hand side, we're going to turn it down just a smidgen. The first BDC, a very nice double line with the man in charge of the horn, Fernandez, at the back. And they are led ably by, of course, Dennis. Oh crikey, you see that spear go over the top of his head? Oh, that was close. And Private Lawrence and the others defending. Ancestral Gunner has laid the cannon ready to go. Oh, crikey. 33rd, Foreskin Muncher. Oh, dear. There's Arthur. Oh, there's Colonel Kincaid. Always a pleasure to see that handlebar moustache. And, of course, Uganda right next to him. And spears coming from the right. Oh, they're going to be flanked. This is not good. Turn, boys. You want to turn? Yep, that's a good idea. As you can see... Oh, dear. Oh, no. Well, that's unfortunate. And we have returned. Map change. Unfortunate. It's one of the standard things that happens with AngloZulu mod. Has a tendency to crash sometimes. I mean, we saw the 33rd Regiment getting flanked, and clearly what they did is they fired their crash rifles and, yeah, killed the server. So we'll blame the 33rd for that one. Clearly their fault. Clearly their fault. Anyway, so the boys are making their way out, getting organised into their regiments. Marksmen, rocket troops. So, admiring this fine man out with his rocket, Zulu the King. Martin Zulu the King. Yeah, very good. Very good. There's Morris, Charles Morris Newman. Now, we can see... Now, is that a howitzer? Yeah, it just looks to be like a standard cannon. So, we're here back with Ancestral Comer. Oh, goodness me. And, of course... Ragot Mobby. Ragot Mobby. God, what names? From the 33rd. So. And there's the rockets. Heavens above. Look at that rocketry fire. Into the Zulu mobs that are already. And these guys are having to retreat. There's one of the officers retreating, you know, tactically moving to another position so he can then fire back with his revolver and deal some damage to those dirty locals who are objecting to their land being invaded. Yeah, talk about ingratitude. I don't know. I mean, you know, the English, they turn up, they provide, you know, Christianity and some civilization. And do they want it? No, they don't. I mean, it's almost like they've established their own environment and want to keep it. Yeah, who knew? So, we follow... Oh, look at this lovely line here. The 1st BDC. Looking great with their lines as they move up. Look at this. Line moving up, firing, and then, oh, look at that. Fire by line. Beautiful drilling from the BDC there. I think it's supposed to run this way, not that way. But we'll see. But either way, they're doing well. Now, over here, things seem to be less well, as these boys are starting to move back. The rockets are coming flying in. We're following a married Zulu warrior, who is now a widow Zulu warrior. And the fire continues to come in from these fellows as they defend themselves. There's Kadani from the HLI, supported by the other members of the HLI over here on the left-hand flank. And here the 5th QSL, a fine line, led by a man in Scottish pantaloons, Charles Morris Newman. And these boys are moving up, bringing the fire. Oh, who's this? That one Serbian, running backwards, about to get diddled with a very large pointy spear. And there's the diddling. Oh, has he managed to prevent the diddling? It looks like he has. Oh, look at that. A massive amount of fire coming in. And we look over on the far hill. Over here. You've got some... Well, hello, sailor. Oh dear, it didn't go well for some sailors. Here is Lance Corporal Wessex lad of the 24th. And you can see the 24th here defending themselves. I presume it's the rest of the 24th. It is. There's Captain Shadow. Supported by sharpshooters. Well, one not so sharp anymore. As there you can see, Alexander. But yeah, these Zulus, yeah, proving themselves to be quite a problem for them. I mean, you know, it's like it's like they're objecting to have sharp objects thrown in their faces. It's no pleasing some people. I mean, you know. Oh, soldiers today, eh? I mean, you go and invade a country and then the locals get upset. It's just no pleasing some people. And then they come at you with shields and sharp objects. And, you know, they don't even have the... well, I suppose the generosity to give you anything. They literally just throw these things at you. Now, that may be their way of giving. I don't know. But, you know, I call me old-fashioned. I'll prefer slightly blunter things to be thrown at me. Well, I prefer nothing to be thrown at me at all, to be honest. Oh, hello. A nice quick outflanking manoeuvre taken down with some spear work. And yet more come charging in as the 24th continue their desperate defense. Oh, hello. Outflanking. Outflanking. Oh. The outflanking has been stopped, but there's more coming. I'm surprised they don't deploy maybe 3 or 4 men up here on the side, because that's going to cause a problem for them. Yep, that's going to cause them to back up. It's Uganda trying to reload as fast as he can while running backwards. No easy thing. But they're trying to defend from that outflanking position, forcing the members of the sharpshooters and the British Army to retreat slowly, while over here the Ahoy sailors are making their way backwards. There's Maxwell Moyne 50k. More spears over the top of these guys' heads. And these guys now having to defend themselves hand to hand. There's a man on a horse. Correction. It's Rob, BEM, from the 24th. Dealing murder and damage, and distinctly possibly may get murdered himself without hopefully running down his own teammates. And look at that spear come flying over the top. More missiles going out. The rocket troops continue to fire. Oh, goodness me, look at them. Goodness me, look at this. They've been completely overrun. Absolutely brutal. So what happens when you go where you're not wanted? Yeah, pick your invitations, boys and girls. Pick your invitations. So you can see now they've got a marker on one of the guys. So Captain Shadow getting all the guys, what's the word I'm looking for? Rallying the troops. That's the term. Look at these fellows from the 1st BDC. Fantastic drilling. Dennis continuing to defend. Oh, here we go. Oh, very close range. They've lost a few. They're going in. The bayonets go on. And you've also got Alexander here over on the right. Now, these spears. Just, yeah. Just look at it. Just imagine. Imagine. Oh dear, somebody got really hit badly there. Imagine having to go through this for real. Just staggering. Oh dear. Oh, that's right through the thigh. That's gonna sting. Who's that? It's David Hunter. Craig David Hunter. So he's currently had a bad day. And he's about to have probably a worse one. Oh, he's managed to hold that one off. Oh, goodness. Nice explosion. Not sure if that was a landmine. But either way, there was a... Oh, goodness. Nice fire coming in. Yeah, there we go. Rago Mobby in with the bagpipes. We heartily approve of said bagpipe use. So you can see the cannons still there, and holding at the flag is the first BDC, complete with the members of the HLI over on the left flank, doing a fantastic job of defending themselves. Up ahead here, got some slightly more brave souls from the 4th. There's Kalopo and Sarge and Vukan, still defending themselves, reloading as quickly as they can, trying to take out the remaining members of the Zulu nation who are coming in their direction, running backwards while firing or reloading. It's quite an established skill, but you need it. Look at this. More fire coming in. Yet more of the Zulu nation. This time coming with pistols and guns. Zulu sharpshooter. Not so sharp anymore. And here he is, the veteran. The foreskin muncher himself. Looking to take out the enemy. Fine slice there. Well, exactly. And you can see they've done a good job here. There we go. The British Empire have defended the fort. Wow. And we have returned on the next round. Here we are. Fine tents in the background from the British camp. Cannons set up. And Zulus basically waiting for their quarry to sally forth. Crispy Green getting the boys sorted. The cannonballs going out already. There's Rob. The chin on that man. Serious amounts of chin. What is going on? Anyway, so you can see here the guy's making a little bit of an aggressive push out. The rocket troops setting up here with the 4th Corps. With Kalopo in with the rockets. And their quarry is up ahead. And the rockets go over the top. And pretty much nowhere near the enemy. Which is shocking, I know. Yes, I'm as surprised as the rest of you. Why fire rockets when you can fire a cannonball? So, moving up on an aggressive stance, we've got the sailors supporting the 33rd Regiment, Kincaid and the boys. Complete with Ancestral Comer up there as well. And some fine bagpipery coming in from Rago. Look at this. Fantastic stuff. Oh dear, what's wrong with people? So, they've got to watch out for that left side. They may need to sort of deploy people out on the sort of slightly left flankish this way, because of the amount of fire they're going to take from one side. And you can see guys coming up the hill. Yep, that's exactly what they've done. So you can see Kincaid and the boys redeploying over to one side, except maybe this poor fella. Poor old Grey David Hunter got left behind. But he continues to defend the right flank. As the left flank now being supported by Kincaid and the members of the 33rd Regiment. Oh dear. Nearly lost the bagpipe, but they lost the officer. As you can see. Caught himself a spear. Oh dear, oh dear. Got hit. In comes more. Look at this. Right up to the line. What's going on over here? Oh, bit of a lag out there. So they're continuing to defend, but here come the elder Zulu warriors. Well, he's not elder anymore. Throwing the weapons of choice in the direction of the attacking Englishmen. But they're doing a good job of keeping them at bay. The flood of men has not really occurred yet in any kind of serious way. So it's definitely something for them to consider. Out here on the right flank, however, you can see some rocket troops and other members of the 24th Regiment. There's Belulhan, recruit of the 24th. Always good to see recruits in a regiment. Always good. And we got this marksman over here, Arameo of the 60th, taking pot shots at the enemy. Now, fortunately for them, their right flank is covered by this wonderful setup. And it is, of course, the 1st BDC. Complete with a medic, Montiero. Look at that. Look at these boys, so well drilled. Just a pleasure to watch. Whoops, someone's fallen asleep. Nuno. Greg, poke him. You may have lagged. But the rest of the BDC guys are now moving out. They've suppressed that right flank. Now they're moving over to provide a bit of cover to the left flank. So the right flank has been sort of covered. The left flank may be susceptible. Well, we can see here on the right flank, they're still coming up in the general direction of the enemy. But it's being defended and it's forcing them to pull back. The 5th QSL, Private Hussey. There's Kafmi. There's Hussey again. Private Lawrence. Taking pot shots at the enemy. As spears come flying over the top. Oh dear, they've just lost somebody. Not good. And these members of the 5th QSL, controlled and regimented by Colonel Filson, may have to form a line a little bit further back. We'll have to wait and see as the rocket troops are coming in from Martin Luther King. It's somebody who's, yeah, floating on air, quite literally. And out go the rockets as the Zulu warriors continue to push against the British forces. You can see here now the right flank covered. Only to a degree. The middle section covered by the 5th QSL. A bit of support here in the centre. The 4th Corps. And ultra aggressive up here. Look at this. You can see some of them starting to pull back. But generally speaking, 1st BDC. Oh goodness. And you can see now they're starting to have to pull back over there on that far left flank. Gonna make our way over to there to see why. It could be that they've been overrun. Yeah, it looks like they've been overrun, forcing them to return. Now the trouble is, it means that the guys who are there on the right flank will have to pull back as well. Otherwise they risk being outflanked by a lot of very large angry men. And here we go, the first BDC defending themselves. The spears continue to fly over the top. Some hit. Goodness me, look at this. Oh dear, they've lost their officer. They've lost one of their soldiers. And the BDC are under pressure now. Those spears are coming in and doing massive amounts of damage. Look at these boys. They're trying to defend themselves. Going in to help their teammates. A few of them floating around. Here's Kincaid trying to marshal the troops back at the base. Trying to get them together, get them into a position where they can defend themselves. Look at this. A line of troops making their way back, running the gauntlet. It's the HLI. Literally cheesing it back to the main line. And here the first BDC also operating a cheese it option. We heartily approve of Operation Cheese It. This is about survival. And look at this. The boys still standing. The brave HLI regiment. Not daunted. Cannons are continuing to try and murder the enemy. Look at this. This is the problem they've got. These guys getting up towards the tented area and potentially being in an outflanking position. Oh, hello. What's going on here? A Zulu sharpshooter. An ex-Zulu sharpshooter. So it's looking rough right now, and you can see they're slowly losing people. Being overwhelmed by the sheer numbers of Zulus that they're up against. They continue to fight desperate actions, moving around to try and avoid the spears that they know are being chucked in their general direction, but trying to stay together as a line for the benefit of firepower, but not always for the benefit of continued survival. And here, look at this. The first BDC and their lovely firing lines. Just glorious to see these boys at work. Cannons continue to try and claim any enemies. Whether or not they're loading grape shot, they might just be loading cannon. Grape shot might be more applicable as they're starting to get close. There's Farius. And over here on the right, far right flank, it is the 24th. And Kathme. There's Private Tetley, drinker of tea. Oh, crikey, that was close. And there's a few over here. Private Hussey, who seems to be a turncoat. And Charles Morris Newman. And Private Levy from the 5th QSL. Doesn't have a bayonet fixed, but we'll have to wait and see how that turns out for him. More reinforcements come charging in from the 5th QSL to assist their teammates. Recruit Charles, loading as fast as he can. And obviously our thanks to the admins for the continual running of the commentary as to what's actually happening historically while this mass murdering session is occurring. Because there's nothing like a little mass genocide to entertain you in an evening. Hello. Fine throw, sir. Right through the centre and murdered him. Oh, that was just harsh. Literally ran right through the centre of his lines and just poked him. Oh, that's just brutal. I mean, you know. comes to a foreign country to enjoy the environment. Granted, there's lots of shooting in the environment, but to just get stabbed in the belly, it's just rude. Clearly need to report that to the tourist board. But to be honest, in the tourist board, in the pamphlet for the tourism, there's probably not a lot about Zulu warriors, very large, angry men with extremely large spears and a tendency to throw you. I think that would actually... Yeah, there would definitely be some down marking on TripAdvisor. I think that's fair to say. Wessex lad in with the 24th, Lance Corporal. Let those glasses improve his aim. We'll see. These guys got to be careful they don't get shot. Look at that long bayonet. Beautiful. So the boys are getting ready. So the continual fire coming in. Married Zulu warrior. We shall follow him as he makes his way to the ground. Oh dear. Just the fire. Look at this. 1,900 Zulus have been killed so far in this engagement. And they've lost quite a few. I mean, obviously they can respawn and come in after respawning. Farius still seems... Look at that moustache. Good heavens, man. That's serious moustachiness. Mr. Kulu. Recruit of the 24th. Now they're starting to pull back. As you can see here, that one Serbian is getting a little bit of a lag. And is getting done over by a large club with a ball on the end. So sadly for us, that one Serbian is now that X1 Serbian. As the Zulu warriors continue to throw harmful objects at the enemy. As the British forces continue to retreat. Oh, that was brutal. Colonel Filson of the 5th QSL. His helmet, pith helmet, splattered with the blood of his comrades. And probably some of his own. Quite brutal when you think about it. And they're just trying to defend the camped area. Because obviously, as everybody knows, canvas tents are just known for deflecting modern bullets. Just, yeah. It's the early form of Kevlar. So, let's see. And they return to the ammo boxes. Some of them very close to the ammo boxes. As they continue to fire. A little bit of jerkiness going on. The server's probably having a little bit of a moment. Because bear in mind, it is a server on top of a mod. Etc, etc type stuff. So they continue to fire back past the Kazi, which I'm glad to say nobody's in at the moment. Let's have a peek. Yeah, nobody in the Kazi. So no one's hiding out in the Kazi, which is a good thing. But the Zulus continue to attack in force into the tented area. Look at that. Oh, goodness me. The boys really coming under pressure. Trying to defend themselves with those long bayonets. Look at this. Slowly being squeezed into an area that's just causing them no end of problems. Falling over themselves. The line of bodies that remain as these guys try to defend themselves to the last possible moment. Look at this. Making their way back to the huts. Or the feed areas for the horses. Let's see. Oh, hello. There's Kalopo. And you can see that the server's having some trouble. There we go. The defensive position on top of the tents. Behulan. Doing a good job. Oh, goodness. Look at that. They continue to return. And some of them are having food. I mean, this is an inappropriate time to be having a meal, but, you know, I guess you just want to kind of grab food as soon as you can. Because you never know if you'll, one, be able to grab it at all ever. Somebody deciding to get caught up with the lunch. Oh, goodness, the medic's running for it. Montero. Or Montero. Out with the medic work. Fine bandaging skills coming in from him. Gotta be careful he doesn't get shot by the people he's trying to help. That would be a tad unfortunate. And now they're returning to the flag to defend. This will be the last stand of the British Army, the final point, as the Zulu hordes continue to push against the enemy. Look at this. Hello, Mr. Zulu warrior. Oh, look at this. Bit of pathing issue maybe. Oh, there we go. He's lost his shield. And he's lost his life. But when there's one Zulu nearby, another Zulu is almost available almost immediately to do some damage. Oh, look at that. Spear going over the top. Gotta watch out. Look out. Rifle butt work. It's all about the butt. There we go. They've taken him out. But look over here. Moving up onto the hill by the tabletop mountain. You can see the likes of the 1st BDC trying to defend about the guys coming down from the mountain. There are still people around there. And there, look at that, the flag. The flag being defended to the hilt by the British Army. Look at them forming lines to try and hold them back as the Zulu nation continues to flood people into the battle area. Isn't that glorious? Look at that. God, these guys must have like serious click fingers. Be firing that often, reloading, getting repetitive strain injury. Would you get trigger finger? Maybe reload finger? Difficult to say. Who's to say? But either way, they're busy. Oh goodness, look at this. All the fire still coming in. With the that kill feed. It's just mad. You've reversed history. Nice. So it looks like they've managed to hold him off. So now, oh goodness. Explosions going off all over, and there we have it, boys and girls. The British Army has retained the fort. They have defended it. And we're on to the next map. Welcome to Rorke's Drift. For those of you not familiar with it, this is the defensive position. The encampment was set in the film Zulu. 1966, I believe. I could be wrong. But either way, the Zulus are attacking. And so they're getting themselves set up as the Zulus, because, you know, they're all fit lads. They can run where they need to run, especially if you're a youth. But the fact that he's running straight to... Oh, okay, maybe he's not. Maybe he's an indecisive youth. But he may not be a youth for much longer. There we go, point proved. You've got some going out there being very aggressive. Like Zavaramayo, who looks to be lagging. You've got this fellow over here. That's one Serbian who's been having some connection issues. But the defensive line is up. Now look at this. You can see immediately some of the forces starting to move over to the right side. The 33rd Crying Noob is a name we remember. Private Lawrence and the 5th QSL now looking to defend the right flank. Because of these guys, well, to defend the toilets, really. I mean, because who doesn't want to defend the Kazi? You never know when you're in the middle of a battle you're going to get caught short. It's just inopportune moments always occur. Now, how far they're going to go, I don't know. They may start turning in this direction. There's some nice shots coming in. We'll have to wait and see. They may be looking to go round here and attack over the fence and through the front area. But we'll have to wait and see what happens. There is still a defense occurring. There's Sobelu, seems to be scratching himself. Now it's going to be interesting to see whether or not they're going to put people out on the wall here. Filson, there we go. He's looking to get the 5th QSL boys together by the stone wall to provide extra cover for those nasty spears that are going to be chucked in their direction. Looks like this gentleman having second thoughts. Yeah, definitely having second thoughts. And there's Masukulu looking to there, so he's clearly in as a scout, looking to fight back against the nation that is attacking. And here they come over the fences from the hills far away. Well, only maybe, well, actually no, there's no, well, there are hills, but we can't really see them. They're not, they're starting to come in as we move around, but yeah. Anyway, there is of course the tabletop mountain behind us as these guys continue to defend themselves against the hordes. Oh, that's not going to be very good, but I guess lag has put him in slightly the wrong position, but I guess he'll find that out soon enough. Over here on the right side, Elder Zulu warriors looking to try and push an advantage if they possibly can. But right now it's not looking like they're actually making it. The fire, there we go, you can see the additional fellas moving up to the stone wall for that added protection. The defense from the top of the house, they can overlook over the top of the rafters to the Zulu nation charging down upon them with Ancestral coming nearby, taking down the enemy as they continue to push in towards the area of the hospital and the main building. You can see here. There's Rob, Lieutenant of the 24th. Oh dear, who's walking backwards? It's Beluhan. It's about to go badly. One for all. Look at that, he got saved by a friend. He's doing well. These two boys managed to survive somehow. But they've got supporting fire from the top of the building to try and defend, so they can make their way down to this ditch. Possible, gives them a bit of cover if nothing else. But not a lot is going to give them cover from this lot. Look at this. That is serious amount of peeps. And they're all coming through the centre. I suspect that the enemy, or the Brits, will have to move their people around to deal with the sheer weight of numbers coming through. The Zulu youths making their way in. Look at this. They have to move back, maybe behind this, past the stone wall area. What's going on over here? A scout. God, he's tucking it closely. Who's that up there? Serbian up there doing his work, doing his duty. As we're getting a little bit of nagging, a little bit of lagging, a little bit, because obviously, I mean, think about it, the server's trying to keep up with all the bullets being shot. All the people moving, all the bots coming in, following all their commands. Private Wolf trying to defend himself, using one of the enemy's spears. Look at this. Using their own enemy's weapons against them. Private Wolf takes a stab. One of his teammates manages to kill the guy. Oh dear, we'll move away from him. As we see Ancestral Comers still surviving. But the fire coming in from the Rorschach guys. Wow, what's going on over here? Corporal Vukan. Something definitely going on. There we go. Who's hiding in the cut? 24th Lord 3. And recruit Ildasani. So they're hiding in the bog. Smart thinking by the boys. It's going to get a little cramped, but you know, whatever. They're in a safe position. Well, we'll see. Nope, it's not going to turn out well. See, look, not even the cars is safe. Now is not the time. Oh, he's been interrupted while on the plop. That's never good. And he's been murdered. Murdered while dropping a log. Just terrible. No dignity. Private Wolf looking to try and kill as many people as possible. Vukan still remains in place. Another Elder Zulu warrior. Now retired. And look at this. Oh my heavens, look at this. Sorry about that. Oh. Oh boy. Oh. So, the Zulu Nation continues to make their way over to Rorschach to do the nasty on the British Army. So, here they are. focused on their quarry. Making it, oh goodness. Look at this. Making their way over. Let's have a look at my ping. Is it bad? No, I've got a good ping. It's just the server. Defense of Kazi is occurring. Oh dear. Oh no. The troops defending the Kazi have fallen. As Lashragi felled by the bog. And we move on to the next round. Right, well, we're on to the next section of the Rorke's battle. You can see it's getting dark. They've set fire to the hospital, forcing the defenders to pull back to the main buildings. And now they are continuing to defend themselves from the hordes that continue to push. What's going on here? Could be Corporal of Horse, Mark. Difficult to say. Bit of lag here and there. Nice elder Zulu warrior with the fine spear throwing. Not so fine there, but never mind. Can't live forever. So you can see the second defensive line. The boxes laid down, the sandbags put, and the boys defending themselves in this second line. But they've got to watch out this area. This area is a area of weakness for them. Has the potential to get overrun quickly. They may need more troops in this area. We'll have to wait and see how it turns out. But right now, most of the attention is coming through the centre here as the Zulus make their way. Oh goodness me, there's Private Wolf. Their 5th QSL failed near the hospital. As more Zulu warriors pour in to Rorke's. Who's that outside? It's Kincaid. The Colonel. Look at that nose. That's serious amounts of nozzle right there. Only a man with authority would carry a nozzle like that. So, the Zulu warrior may be after him, but he gets his man. Oh, look out, Kincaid. He's been hit once. He's been saved by a teammate. He's slightly battered. Finishing off enemies left, right and centre as the main defensive position is starting to be overrun by the sheer horde of numbers. Out come the bayonets, the boys defending themselves hand to hand. They've got to be careful. Out goes the bayonet for Kincaid. Out comes the bayonet, I should say. They have... Oh dear. He may have just been shot by some of his own men. That's distinctly possible. But he's defending that defensive position. That wall of barricade, that barricade of wall, that wall of wall, that barricade of barricades, it's all there. Let's just say it's a serious amount of barricading. Oh, there we go. Kincaid still out there and aggressive. Now he's behind cover. And the benefit that that cover then provides. The fire still being poured onto the left-hand side. But most of the troops coming through the main centre past the now burning hospital. These fine fellas. Oh, okay. Fantastic stuff as these guys defend themselves. Yet more Members of the Zulu Nation come charging in through the front area here. And the side area as well. Goodness me, look at this. It's like constant fire, constant pistol work. Just, oh, it's just endless. But yeah, Zulus, thousands of them, quite literally. Here they are. Now, whether or not they've been kept in reserve, it's difficult to say. So, look at this defensive position here with all the sandbags. And they're picking up the ammunition, complete with maybe a shield to protect their back. The medic's still here. Ontario doing some fine medicing work. Look at this. The true heroes of the battle, the medics. The Ace of Spades. So Martin Zulu Luther King continue to defend, and look at this. Not sure what he's doing there, but yeah, this is going to be a problem. The left side is starting to take a little bit of a battering. Look at that, still chucking the spears in there. And this is the danger. They're now in danger of getting overrun, especially on the left side of that defensive wall. That's going to be the problem for them. They need to get more troops up there, but they're kind of torn. They're moving in towards the central keep area because they're still coming under pressure. As there's a Ternox defending himself to the hilt. Well, not anymore, he's not. That hilt has just been buried in his shoulder blades. Those sabres bloody from the constant fighting. Murzin Slav, oh goodness me. And there you have it. GG. Wow. And we have returned with the next round. As you can see, things are... they're in a knotty situation. Because they've got the enemy coming at them in this big long valley with their defensive position. Obviously subject to overview by the Zulu Nation. We have some members of the Zulu Nation making their way towards the defensive position. However, it's not the only play they have, because coming in from the opposite direction is other members of the Zulu Nation. So essentially it's a Zulu sandwich with British filling. Make of that whatever you wish. But there's a mental image for all of you. On the hillside of the rear wall. Nice. So basically they've got sharpshooters as well, taking people out. Look at this. Like this fella here, a Zulu sharpshooter. And some additional sharpshooters up here. So Zulu snipers. Gotta watch them out. Gotta watch out for them. What's going on here? Kincaid is trying to get up there. It may not work. Oh, now he's on the outside. This could be bad for him. Takes a pot shot, goes inside maybe. Fixes bayonet and is going off on the hunt. Kincaid is going ham into the hills for an illicit hunt for Zulu sharpshooters. See what waits him up the top. There they are. Here he comes, ninja-like. He's got to be very careful. And takes a pot shot. Tries to hide his position. May not work out well for Kincaid. And so it proved to be. So, sadly, the Colonel's quest has come to a sudden and very gore-related end. Sorry, Kincaid. But no doubt his son will be back to defend him or to avenge his loss. Crying Noob, Corporal of the 33rd, looks to be trying to engage those forces, those sharpshooters up on the hill. There's Lasragi in as a scout. Moving over to the ammo is Silver, a Silver 04. So the fire continues to come down. There's Rago Mobby. Let's see, reloading the cartridge into the pistol. Not sure what she's planning to hit at that distance, but you never know. Stranger things have occurred. Ahoy, there's a sailor out here. Julian Ski. He's not doing very well, and he's been overcome by a large man. I suppose if you're a sailor, you're used to that, but not in this particular situation. However, the Zulu Nation continues to approach. Never ending. I mean, you've got to admire they seriously know how to create lots of Zulus. I mean, there's a serious amount of Zulu creation going on out there. Probably in the camp somewhere, like full-on Zulu creation. You know, some serious Zuluing going on. I mean, look at that. So dangerous they even stop in the mid-air. Somebody's using the force to hold that spear back. There's Julian Ski, he's back. He's back from his recent encounter with a large gentleman. Maybe he can do a better job this time, we'll see. Whoa, spears right past me head. There's a Canned Bread 49, what a great name. Because why wouldn't you can bread? Look at this, there's Merzin trying to rally the troops and getting murdered for the sheer hell of it. So the sharpshooters up on the hill still taking a lot of fire, as you can see there. So the guys are doing a good job of trying to keep them suppressed. But these boys at the wall are having a hard time of it. Yeah, look at this. They've already broken through here on the left side. They're going to have to rally men round. Lights of Mark of the 33rd. Oh dear. They're going to have to kind of put in some kind of defense. Maybe a fusillade or a wall of troops. Because at the moment, they're... Oh my goodness, he's hitting people with a very large axe. Not anymore, he's not. And this is the problem they've got, because now Vulcan is going to get overwhelmed by the sheer weight of numbers. There's Rob trying to defend himself, and unfortunately there was not enough troops there to defend him. The trouble is now these guys are going to have to start melting backwards because they're coming under such sustained attack from the Zulu Nation, but they've managed to get a bit of a break in the attack. So at least they're getting a little bit of rest. Now they're trying to deal with the Zulus that are coming from the opposite section as they continue to come charging over. Sharpshooters, warriors, fine spear throwers, and there we go. So Julian Ski out in the midst of it again and murdered again by a large man. He does not have a good track record with large angry natives. Never mind. And we have returned. We are at the redoubt. Look at this. Fine defensive wall. The boys on top of the sandbags. Ready to present. Members of the 24th Regiment. There's Tim 15. Canned bread, of course. Fine moustache. Defending the church. It's a massive amount of fire coming in. They could potentially end up with a little bit of a shitstorm if they don't have more people over here. And it's possible that Captain Matter of the 1st BDC has recognised that concern. Oh yes. Large amounts of poo are going to hit the fan soon if they don't have more defensive positions in place. But, you know, they're limited numbers, they can't be everywhere, that's the problem they're going to have. Look at this fine spear work coming in from the fine members of the Zulu Nation. Some of the now dead members of the Zulu Nation. But nevertheless, more Zulus will be created. Please hold. Oh dear. I think he had a heart attack. And another one had a heart attack. May have been a bullet-related heart attack, but, you know, still. The end result was still the same. So the guys are being formed up to defend. Look at this. Look at this. Doesn't it look fantastic? Wow. Just looks amazing. They're now continuing to fight at the Zulu Nation. And you, good God, more of the Zulu Nation continuing to pour in. As the defensive position over here. Valente from the BDC. Looking to cheese it back into the church. So these guys, there's Cardoso trying to defend the position. Fantastic fire coming in. There's Matter staying low for obvious reasons, doesn't get his head shot off. Look at that, doesn't it look magnificent, that warrior garb. The spear's still being thrown. Even just as thrown just before they die. So Matter's now looking up over on the left side. Look at this conga line of bodies. There we go, a bit of a defensive position for Diaz. Look at him, blood all over his pith helmet. Looking to defend himself from the fire coming in. The spears and everything, and he's got a Zulu spear to defend himself with. So you can see these boys continuing to try and push. as more Zulu warriors come flooding in. Look at this. Just amazing. Just amazing. And the spears, oh look at this, coming across from the side, taking people out. Spears just come flying in from all over the place. See the spears coming through here in this defensive position. And stabbing. The reach of that 17-inch long bayonet definitely helping, as they're defending himself with a rifle butt. Oh dear. Oh no, that was the Sarge. But taken down. The last final defenders of the point. Now they start to move out. Look at all the spears in here. Like a veritable hedgehog. Just amazing. You can see clearing off the numbers. Now the boys move out. Move to defensive positions to try and deal with the eventual horde they know is coming. There we go. They're going to do a screenshot. Oh, it looked like they may have succeeded. So they're now going to do a wonderful screenshot for everybody. Hopefully if we can get the graphical glitch out of the way. And so here we go, getting all the boys sorted. Look at this. I mean, would you go here for a picture? A bit higher maybe? Look at these boys. Look at them all standing up, fix the bayonets. Look at it. Look at that. Hang on, there's always one on the top. Oh dear. Thanks for the call out, fellas. Appreciate it. And it then devolves into team killing. Of course, because it's always doing that. It's Mountain Blade. That's always what happens. So there you go, boys and girls. Thank you very much for watching this event. My congratulations on the 4th anniversary to the members of the 24th Regiment and all the leaders and players, and also all the other regiments that attended this event. You make this event what they are, and I thank you for that. We'll see you again soon. Take care, everyone.